Hello dear students, welcome all of you. Today we are going to study grammar section, and in that we are going to discuss about direct and indirect. See, this is a very important topic in English grammar, and let us see what is it in detail. Okay. Now, before going to start the topic, let's see what is direct and what is indirect by one example. Now, see, the first sentence is here. It is written on the board. Rahul said to Sudhir. Rahul said to Sudhir, I am going to Mumbai today with my father. I am going to Mumbai today with my father. The sentence is in direct form. And when we say direct form, when the speaker, see, Rahul is the speaker. He is speaker in the sentence, and to whom he said to Sudhir. And he talk him directly, that he mentions that I am going to Mumbai today with my father. Means when speaker is speaking and listener is there. When direct conversation is there, that is what direct. And what is indirect? Let us see. Rahul told Sudhir that he was going to Mumbai that day with his father. If we guess the meaning of this sentence, we come to know that third person is mentioning about Rahul. Third person is mentioning about Rahul, about his visit to Mumbai. Rahul is not a direct speaker in the second sentence. Now let us see what are the changes. See, according to rule, when we can say it is a direct sentence, when someone's speech, okay, without making any change, when we mention it someone without making any change, that is what, that is direct sentence, okay, as the first sentence we have seen. And what is indirect? When someone has spoken any sentence, and we are not going to convey it as it is to someone else, we make some certain changes, that is what indirect. Now let us see where the difference is in the sentences. In the first sentence you can say said to is used, okay, and instead of this said to, in the second sentence told is used, okay. After that, these inverted commas, okay, double inverted commas, you cannot see here inverted commas in second sentence. Next, connector that is used, okay. In the first sentence here, see, in here we are having this that, and after that what are the changes? Instead of I, we have used he, means change in pronoun. Instead of am, we have used has, means change in verb, okay. And after that, today, for today we have used that day, okay. So these are some changes. Which changes we have made? See, Rahul said to. Rahul said to. Instead of said to, we took here told. Okay. Change in the connector. Okay. This is said to becomes told. After that, when where inverted comma we have used. Okay. In the beginning, there we have used that. Okay. After that, this I, this verb is changed into he. Instead of I, we have used he. And this verb we have to change into the past tense. From present to past means change in past, change in pronoun, connector, change here also. And see, for today, this is another word, and this today becomes that day, okay, we are mentioning. And finally, no inverted comma, only full stop. Now when we are studying this direct indirect, you consider few changes. See, introductory verb to reporting verb, this is introductory verb that change into the reporting verb. What changes we have to make? Second, use of connectives, use of connectives, this that we have used, okay, here, that is connector. Then change in a tense. Change in tense. See here, this is present tense and this is past. Present continuous and it become past continuous. That is change. After that, change in pronouns. Change in pronouns. See, in the first sentence we used I, and in the second sentence instead of I we used he. Means according to previous pronoun we have to take the next pronoun. And the last, change in pointer words, adverbs of time and place according to the availability in the sentence row. So this is direct and indirect introduction. Okay, there are so many things. First you take down these two examples. This is direct sentence and this is indirect, and after that these changes we have to make. You take down in 2 minutes. After that we will continue. Now let us go for the further discussion. The first point we saw that introductory verb to reporting verb. To now see, when we are making introductory verb to reporting verb, what changes we have to do or what precautions we have to take. Let us see one by one. If now you make two columns, see kind of sentences, kind of sentences. Second is reporting verb. Second one is what? Reporting verb. Means what type of a sentence is. According to that we have to change reporting verb. Let us see the first one. If the sentence is a statement, see, if we are going to take, suppose the sentence is in the statement. If the statement is there in that sentence, what reporting verb we have to use? Either we have to take say or state or tell, remark or suggest. Means if the sentence is of statement type, then these type of reporting verbs will be appear in the indirect sentence. Now let's see next one. If the sentence is of verbal or WH question. Okay, I have written it in the short. See, if the sentence is of verbal type of question or WH question, which reporting verbs we have to take? Let us see. First ask, after that inquire, and want to know. Want to know. See, when verbal question or WH question, that time we are going to use ask or inquire or want to know. The next, suppose command. Type of sentence is command, and that time which reporting verbs we are using, tell or order or instruct or instruct. In command type of sentences, these three reportings verbs will be there: tell, order or instruct. The next one, if the sentence is of request type, if we are making request, then what we have to use? Again we have to use a reporting verb like ask, then request, then urge, okay, beg or advice, okay. And the last one is exclamation. The last one is exclamation. In this type of sentence we have to use exclaim, after that remark, and the last one wonder, okay. Now let us see in detail what we have said. This is kind of a sentence, and these type of reporting verbs we have to use. If the sentence is of a statement type, we have to take say, state, tell, remark and suggest. If the sentence is of verbal type of question or a WH type of question, that time we are going to use ask, inquire and want to know. The next one, if the sentence is of commanding type, giving in order, okay, that time we have to take reporting verbs tell, order and instruct. If the sentence is of request, means we are doing request, that time reporting verb will be ask or request, urge, beg or advise. And the last one, that is exclamation. If the sentence is of exclamation type, which reporting verbs we have to take? Exclaim, remark and wonder. This is very important. Why it is important? Because if you know the type of a sentence, according to that you have to make changes in the reporting verbs. So you have to learn this table. No option. Because you have to remember, suppose statement, then what we have to use. If request is there, which reporting verb we have to use. If command is there, which reporting verb we have to use. So this should be in your mind. So there should not be confusion in the examination. And for a better result of understanding and clearing the direct and indirect, you have to learn certain things. There is no option. So you take down this table properly, take down these reporting verbs in proper order, and after that we will proceed for the next one.